Hey everyone, it's Mike. I'm back doing another video. This one's going to be a kind of a vinyl finds or a vinyl orders that came in. Didn't really find these, but I guess I found them online and ordered them and received them. And the kind of thread that connects these records I'm going to show today is they're kind of shoegazy or shoegaze-adjacent. So that kind of was the reason why I set these records aside and didn't show them in past videos, because it seemed like I had enough to do a separate video of just this kind of music. Shoegaze is one of my favorite genres. And like I said, these are kind of shoegaze adjacent. They're not necessarily all shoegaze, but they're related in some kind of fashion. So yeah, so these are records that I love listening to and am really getting into lately. And yeah, let's go ahead and start with this first one. This is a band that I came late to the party. This is an album that came out last year. And I remember seeing it on people's videos for like the best of records for 2024, and I was kind of intrigued by the album cover and stuff, so I went in and looked them up and listened to them early this year, and I was like, oh yeah, I really like that, and ended up ordering this record. Not easy to find, actually. The band is called New Dad, out of Ireland, and this is called Madra. This is their debut album, just came out last year. And yeah, it's shoegazy dream pop, kind of a dark kind of tone to the music at times, and just really good. Really enjoy this. I think it's a three-piece band. Julie Dawson is the singer. And yeah, so New Dad out of I think Galway, Ireland. Not an easy record to find around the stores, because this is like a UK import. I don't think they have a US issue of this record yet, but I ordered it and got it in. Let's see, they've got a new album coming out later this year, I think next month, September 19th, I believe. It's called Alter, so that'll be their second album. I'm looking forward to hearing that. This is what the back looks like. This is on, let's see, cover all my bases, Fair Youth Records, and it's a UK and European first pressing that I'm showing you. The inner sleeve looks like so, just a paper inner sleeve, and it's got the lyrics all on the back. It looks like a four-piece band, but I was reading in Wikipedia and it sounded like it was a three-piece band. I could be wrong. Record is on black. The one that I got, I think that there are some variants, but the one I got is just on black vinyl. So that's what the labels look like. Julie Dawson, the singer, she's got a solo album that she just put out as well. And it's called Bottom of the Pool, and it's less guitar driven, it's more electronic driven, but it's really good. I really liked it. And I've seen it, I've seen that you can order it, so they did put out like a vinyl version of it. So I'm going to look into that, but I listened to it last night and I really enjoyed it. Yeah, so they got a new album. New Dad has a new album coming out called Alter, and really good stuff. I'm liking it. I'm a little bit late. I can't call it one of my favorite records of the year because it came out last year, but I think I would have if I had done my due diligence and listened to it last year when everybody was showing it. But anyway, next record. This is now, so on YouTube they have this well, it's not, it's the Amoeba Records. They have What's in Your Bag. It's a regular kind of thing, and they'll get celebrities or band members, members of whatever band, singers, whatever, and they will get them into a record store, and they will say, what's in your bag? And they'll pull out all the stuff that they're picking up and buying. Whether or not they're actually buying that stuff that day, who knows? But at least this is stuff that they found in the store and they're interested in maybe buying, or at least just talking about it for the camera. And I was watching one, it was the singer and guitarist from Deaf Heaven, and they were showing what was in their bag. And this was a suggestion by the guitarist. Had never heard of it before. And it's a band called Minor Victories. And it is kind of a super group. It's got Rachel Goswell from Slow Dive. It's got, I gotta write these down, Stuart Braithwaite from Mogwai, and let's see, Justin Lockey from The Editors. So it's those three and some other people, but those are the main three contributors. And Rachel pretty much sings on most, if not all, of these songs, which is really nice because usually she only gets a little bit of airtime in the Slow Dive songs. She'll sing, you know, sometimes, but not all the time. This is just pretty much all Rachel singing, which is really nice. Different kind of music. It doesn't really sound like Slow Dive, but it has kind of has that kind of, I don't know. It's people say that it sounds like Mogwai more than it does Slow Dive, and I don't really know Mogwai. I don't know their music. I haven't listened to it, so maybe that's true. It's very dramatic, theatrical kind of music. There's a lot going on. It's very thick and just beautiful, lush kind of music. Really interesting. Really, I don't know. I like it. I wish I could put it into words better, but I'm not like a music critic. I just know what I like, and I like this a lot. If you're a fan of Slow Dive, I think you'll absolutely love this. Minor Victories, and it's just self-titled Minor Victories. This came out in 2016, by the way. So that's what the record looks like. Yeah. And then the inner sleeve looks like so. It's got the design, I guess, liner notes on the bottom there, and then the lyrics on the other side. Black vinyl. The label looks like so. And I got the details here. It's a US first pressing that I have on Fat Possum Records. So from 2016, Minor Victories. Check it out. So very cool. Next one. This is a band that it's been suggested to me by friends of mine, and I finally sat down and listened to they have 3 albums. The band is called Bedroom, and this is their latest. This is called Microtonic, right? Microtonic. This is their 3rd album. Shoegaze band out of England, but this is more of an electronic effort. And it's got kind of a shoegaze kind of elements to it at times, but it's not really a shoegaze album. It's really just a electronic album, but it's really good. I really enjoyed it. It reminds me a little bit of like a little bit of Underworld vibe to it, and also Goose Goose out of Iceland. I like both of those bands, and they kind of remind me of them a little bit. But yeah, I really enjoy this. The band is called Bedroom, but they spell it BDRMM in all lowercase. That's how they spell it, but it's, you know, you just call them Bedroom. Again, out of England. This is this is kind of the record sleeve that it came in with the cutout in the middle, with kind of liner notes there. And then it also came with this nice booklet, kind of a lyric booklet, several pages. And the lyrics are inside, and they're kind of typed out in these kind of design patterns or whatever. But yeah, it comes with this nice little booklet. Black vinyl. Labels look like so. And let's see, any other, what I just showed you is a European first pressing on Rock Action Records. So Bedroom, I dig it. I love electronic music. I love shoegaze. It's kind of a marriage of the two. And that's their new album. They have 3 albums total. The first 2 albums are more shoegazy, like traditional guitar forward shoegaze. But this, they kind of experimenting with electronics, and I enjoy it. So yeah, so this next band is something that I've been really into lately. Gonna go see them in a couple of weeks in concert. The band is called Nothing. This is their debut album called Guilty of Everything. They are out of, I believe, Philly. It was kind of hard to nail down where they're from, but I believe they're from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This is their debut album, and I ordered this off of Amazon, and I thought I was getting the black and it was just like a white flag. All the artwork was white and everything was white, but they sent me this gold version, which I believe is like a 10th anniversary version. And everything's gold instead of white. I didn't ask for that, but they just sent it to me, and I'm like, okay, whatever. On Relapse Records, they are heavy shoegaze, traditional shoegaze music, really kind of noise rock, heavy, My Bloody Valentine type of melodic shoegaze. Just really heavy guitar, which I love. I love this kind of shoegaze. And again, this is their debut album. Let's see, what else? It came out in 2014, this one. And this is a 2022 reissue of their debut album. So I guess it's not a 10-year anniversary because that's only 6 years or 8 years later, because it came out in 2014. And yeah, so it's a limited edition. They put out 1,000 of these gold versions. In 2022, it came with this insert with lyrics and pictures, and of course it's gold because this is the gold version. I imagine if you just ordered the regular version, that would be on a white sheet of paper, I would imagine. And then the to knock it all, to top it all off, it's got this kind of gold nugget vinyl with this kind of texture looking thing going on in there. It reminds me a lot of the Sundays just did a reissue of Blind, their second album Blind, and it had the same kind of gold nugget vinyl, they call it. But yeah, as far as on the album, I would highly recommend the song Dig. It was the first single off of this album. It's the second song on side one. And then B and E, which is the second to last song. Those two songs are my absolute favorites, but the whole album is really excellent. But really, Dig is just one of those earworm songs that just gets, you just want to like listen to it over and over again. And I've got it going in my head right now as I think about it. Nothing. And I'm gonna go see them. They're playing at the Nile Theater in downtown Mesa. And Whirr, the other shoegaze band called WHIRR, Whirr, they're gonna both be playing that night. I don't know who's opening and who's the main act, or if they're just switching back and forth, because I think that they're both kind of on the same level of popularity or whatever. But anyway, I'm gonna go see those two bands really soon. I'm looking forward to it. And then after I got into that album, the first album, I started listening to the second album of theirs called Tired of Tomorrow. This is their second album, also on Relapse Records. And I started listening to it, and I really enjoyed it as well. It's got some different elements. It's still kind of heavy shoegaze, kind of dream pop, noise rock, a little bit of all of that stuff. But the song that really got me on this album is called The Dead Are Dumb, and it's the second song on side one. And it starts out sounding like slowcore, like low. Like literally it sounds like a low song when it first starts. And then it goes into this like really beautiful dreamy kind of dream pop kind of song. Love it. I love that song. The rest of the album I'm still kind of getting used to. I don't really have any favorites other than that song, The Dead Are Dumb. But I love that song, and the rest of the album is good. I just don't, nothing's really stood out to me yet as another favorite quite yet, but I will get back to you on that. This is what the back of it looks like. And then it comes with this insert, two-sided printed insert with the lyrics there, and black vinyl. This is what the labels look like, again on Relapse Records. Details, it's a US, Canada, and European first pressing that I just showed you. So that's their second album. Nothing is the name of the band. Tired of Tomorrow is the name of the album, their second album. Great stuff. Now this last one I'm gonna talk about is this band. So I was doing, I forget, like a thread or something, and I showed a record. Well, I was talking about a band and this album, and I didn't have it on vinyl, I had it on CD. And I thought at the time that it was only available on CD, that it wasn't available on vinyl, because when I looked at Discogs, it was all CDs. Everybody's selling CDs, but nobody's selling vinyl. And I just made the just quick assumption that, oh, well, it's not available on vinyl. And didn't really look into it any deeper than that. So just a very superficial assumption that this album was not available on vinyl. Turns out I talked about that in my video, and then one of my favorite channels, they responded and said, hey, that's actually available on vinyl. So I went that night and looked it up, and sure enough, there was somebody selling it on vinyl. It wasn't for sale, when I checked in previous times, but somebody actually had a vinyl copy on sale, and it was a great price. It was totally reasonable price for this very kind of rare-ish record. They'd only printed it one time, one pressing, and I snagged it. So I ordered it, and it came in, and I'm so happy to have it. Thank you to them for letting me know. And it's the channel called Married to Vinyl. If you haven't seen them, check them out. They're fantastic. Thanks to them for bringing this to my attention, that it actually is available on vinyl. And it's this, the band is called Sing Sing, and this is called The Joy of Sing Sing. It's their debut album. Now their second album, they have two albums. Their second album, I'm pretty sure, is not available on vinyl, and they will tell me if I'm wrong, but I do not think that their second album is available on vinyl. But I was really happy to get this. This is on Manifesto Records. This was printed on. All of the information is on the back cover of this. There's no inner sleeve with any information or lyrics or anything like that. This is Emma Anderson from the band Lush, which is one of my all-time favorite bands. And Lisa O'Neill's a singer, and Emma's doing guitars and backup vocals, and they both do other instruments, I believe. And then Mark Van Hoen, who's this super genius producer, instrumentalist dude, he does a lot of work on this album as well. Actually, yeah, anyway. So fantastic. I love this album. It's almost a perfect album. Anyway, so I'm really happy to have this on vinyl. This is what the label looks like there. All the artwork and the lettering and all this stuff, I believe, is done by Lisa O'Neill, the singer. She does a lot of their artwork. So anyway, so I figured, since I'm talking about Sing Sing, I'll go ahead and show what I do have of theirs. I don't have all of their CDs. I used to have more of these, and I guess I must have sold some of them, but I do have their albums on CD, and some EPs. This is like an early EP of theirs. I'll Be is the name of the song, and it's kind of a 4-song EP, like an early, this came out before their first album. So that's really cool. This is the album that I just showed on CD here. Again, Manifesto Digipack version of this CD. So I have that. And then I have one of the songs off of that album that I just showed called Feels Like Summer. This is one of the Feels Like Summer single EP, I guess. They did two releases of Feels Like Summer. This is the second one. I think the first one is actually a different version of the song. But anyway, Feels Like Summer, great song. And then before their second album came out, they put out this EP called Madam Sing Sing. And it's a 4-song, and it's got a couple songs off the upcoming album, and then a couple of non-album tracks. Really awesome stuff. And then their second and last album, Sing Sing and I. And this is the one I'm pretty sure is not available on vinyl at this point. Hopefully someday, maybe it will be. So that's all the stuff I have on CD. And then I have a bunch of 7-inches because I was just really starving to have their stuff on some kind of vinyl. So this was their first single that they put out, and it's a split single, and it's got the song I Can See You, which is one of the last songs off of that first album. Very, very shoegaze, this song. The most shoegazy that Sing Sing ever gets is that song I Can See You, and it's a fantastic song. This other band called Linoleum, I haven't even gotten around to listening to it yet, but this is the split single for them. This is, I believe, their first vinyl release, and it was this split single with the song I Can See You. And then that song again, I'll Be, this is a I forget what, I didn't write down what the B-side is, but it's a non-album track on the B-side for I'll Be. And again, this artwork is done by the singer Lisa O'Neill. Again, I just showed you the CD. This is the 7-inch version of Feels Like Summer. So that's really cool. The B-side is called Make It Mine, which is a non-album track. I believe that's a non-album track. Anyway, so Sing Sing, there's another single. This one is called Panda Eyes, single for Panda Eyes, and the B-side is called Office Party. So that's what that looks like there. Very cool. This one is Tegan, and the B-side, I can hardly read, Willow Song. So this is Tegan on side A, which is a song off of the album The Joy of Sing Sing, and then Willow Song, and if I'm not mistaken, that's the song taken from what is that movie? The Wicker Man. They do a cover of that song from Wicker Man. And then this was a 7-inch single from their second album, Sing Sing and I. This is called Come Sing Me a Song. And then the B-side is called Mr. Darkness. So that is all of my Sing Sing vinyl that I have now. I believe I have just about everything. I don't think I have everything, but I think I have a decent amount of their vinyl output. And then I just thought I'd throw this in since we're talking about Emma Anderson and Lush. I did get a copy of this too, which is really cool, still sealed. This is a 7-inch of Lush's single 500, Shake Baby Shake, and then the B-side is I Have the Moon, which is a song that they provided to the soundtrack of that movie Nowhere, which I've talked about in the past, the Greg Araki film, Nowhere. So this is a 7-inch clear red translucent vinyl copy, and it still has the seal. It's still sealed there, so that's really cool. I want to go ahead there. I think there's 2 more of these that they released from the album Love Life, their fourth, or Lush's third and last studio album. I believe that there's 3 different ones of these singles and these translucent vinyl versions in these clear cases. And I want to get the other 2 eventually to start filling out my Lush collection, which is pretty big, but it's nowhere near complete. So anyway, that's it. That's my shoegaze and shoegaze-adjacent vinyl finds video. I've got another video where I'm going to talk about new releases. I might do that later today, maybe right after this one, I'm not sure. But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. And I know I forgot things to talk about, so if I did, I'll talk about them in the next video and make up for that. Thanks for watching. See y'all. Have a great Sunday. Bye.